Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin'. Today we're going to look at a card that has been around for quite some time. This is one I made when I first started paper crafting, which was a few years back, but it is still a showstopper and it is called the Impossible card. This is what your cardstock looks like laying flat, but then you twist and it pops up and you have a card that will sit with this piece up, but when you mail it, you can mail it flat, and it is a 5.5 by 4.25 inch card. Very simple to make, so I'm going to show you how to make the cutting, how to cut it. I'm also going to have on my PDF tutorial, I'm going to have this cutting guide. This piece right here will have your mats, how big your pieces need to be, and how many of each one you need to cut. So I will have a copy of this on the PDF tutorial. You can find that on my blog in the description box below. Just click on where it says my blog, and that will take you to this particular post for today. So, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I laid this over so I'd have something dark to contrast against the backdrop of that. So the first thing we need is a piece of cardstock that is a quarter sheet. So when I say a quarter sheet, it's simply I took one piece of 8.5 by 11 and cut it in half at 5.5, and then I turned that piece and cut it in half at 4 1/4. That gives me one of these. Actually, it gave me two of these because you can see that would be a half of a sheet of cardstock. So, and I have the other half right here. So you can see if we put this together, that's a full sheet of 8.5 by 11. So I hope that simplified that portion of it for you. Now, the next thing that we need to do is, and I'm going to do all of this on my trimmer because I think it'll be easier. And I'm going to bring out my little diagram piece to show you. And you can see when you flip this side around, it leaves this standing up. But when it's laying like this, it's really kind of an optical illusion, but it's such a fun card. So what we need to do is the first thing we want to do is score at 2 1/8. So put it in on the 5.5 inch side, take it to 2 1/8. Right there. I'm going to bring my score blade down because I like to score up and give that a really good grease because everything is going to determine from this middle line. So then you want to put it back in, and here's our diagram, and you want to put this at 1 inch, and you want to cut from the score line up. So let's move our score blade, bring in our cut blade, and if you want to, you can sink it right at 2 1/8, and that'd be exactly where you need to be, and then just cut up. Just like that. And then you want to turn it around and you're going to do the same thing at 1 inch, but you're going to do it from here up to your score line. So bring your blade down, hold that nice and tight, and we're going to slice up to that score line. Okay? Simple, easy peasy. Now on this side, we're going to cut at 2 3/4. So line up your edge at 2 3/4, and we're going to cut right down the middle to our score line. Like I said, everything goes from the score line or to the score line. So sink your blade and cut up. And when you pull this out, you should have all of your cuts. And if you do, I'm going to burnish, get all your pieces where they'll bend. And once you do that, when you turn this, you have this piece that sits up. There's your card. So we're going to leave it back like this, and you want your large piece facing away from you, and your middle cut facing to you, if that makes sense. And here is the same piece that we have here. Okay, so now the fun part, we get to decorate. Now I pre-cut some pieces, but I'm also going to cut them with you and make a Christmas card. The first one's going to be a fall card, and I used my paper from the Splendid Autumn, and this is in the mini catalog, and it is a beautiful pack of fall papers, and I just want to thumb through these really quick just to show you just how beautiful. These are two-sided, and they are spectacular. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. And a lot of times we get confused. We wonder, well, this is a scene. How can I use it for a card? Well, I'm going to show you. I took a piece and I cut it up, and I've looked at the paper and decide what I wanted where. I decided I wanted this piece right there. I think that's a pretty place to put a message or whatever. I got these two pieces. Now let's go ahead and bend our card like we need it to be so we can see where our pieces need to go. So I know this one's going to go here. I need these two pieces to go here and here. And then these two pieces are going to go here and here. So all we have to do now is glue these down. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of liquid glue going. See if I need to pop this with a pen. No, it's coming out. I had errands to run yesterday, and I wasn't in my craft room at all. And I wasn't in here Sunday. So I hadn't been back in my craft room to really do anything since Saturday. So I was wondering if that glue was still open, and it was. You know, that piece, I didn't get it. See what I mean about the glue? You got a little wiggle room with the glue. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to do this piece. And see, just using these beautiful colored pieces, they don't have to be in any particular orientation when you cut them this small, because they really don't matter. And then this piece, we're going to do, these are very easy, simple cards to put together. And in just a hot minute, you can have one of these together. So I know this one's going to go right here. And this one's going to go right here. I want it like that. And you could also mat underneath this if you wanted to. So let's see. Okay, got our card going in the right direction. Now we need to put this one right here. But before I do, I want to stamp something. And I think I'm going to go with, love this one. Trying to think if I want to do this in a, see if that will fit. That will fit beautifully. So I think I'm going to do this one, but I'm going to stamp it in black ink. So I'm going to grab a stamp block and pick this up. And here is my ink pad with my Memento ink in it, which I absolutely love. And I had some of you question, how much ink does it take to ink this? When you buy this pad, it comes with a white ink re-inker. And what I did is I just saved my white ink. And I also bought a Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And it took about 2/3 of the bottle to ink this and get it nice and dark. but it was so worth it. And you won't have to ink this for quite some time. And I just love the vibrant black. This is almost as good as using the Versafine because it's something about these ink pads that are just wonderful. And it's, to me, it's much better than the Memento pad itself. So I love it. Okay, we're going to twist that. And then this can go right here. And you can see how quick this card comes together just with one stamp, some small cuts of paper, and you could jazz this up and make it as elaborate or as simple as you like. And there is our card. Was that not a quick card? And when the recipient gets it, you might want to flip this side so they'll know that that's going to sit up on their desk or their mantle, just like this. And it's such a pretty, simple card that everybody's going to say, how did you do that? So again, that will slip into an envelope just like that, very flat, no extra postage. What a wonderful card that is. Here's another one that I did. And this one says, I am thankful. I used a label here and I cut some of the leaves from the autumn leaves and the dies and I put them down. I had leaves left over from where I did the little pumpkin girl card, the one that y'all had requested. This one, I had leaves left over, so I decided to use them. And I played with this and just stuck them on here. So that was like my prototype. So we have this one and this one. Now let's move on and let's do a Christmas one. I think that'll be fun. So you're going to get to watch me cut this and score it one more time. So here's our piece of paper, our cardstock. We're going to score it at 2 1/8. Cut blade out of your way. Make sure your score blade is here. And score, just like that. Bring it in. Bring it to 1 inch. Move your score blade. Bring up your cut blade. Line it up with that score line. Sink your blades. Cut up. Turn it around. Line it up at 1 inch. Bring your cut blade down. And then cut up to the score line. And then we're going to put it at 2 and where's my 2 3/4, I believe. What did I do with my little? Well, I just had it. Couldn't have lost it. There it is. I knew it was right here. Okay, cut at 2 3/4. So I was right. 2 3/4. And we're going to put our blade right up onto our score line and cut up. All of our cuts are made. So now we're ready to do our decorating. I do need to cut some pieces. So I'm going to cut these pieces the size that I have here, which is 1 inch. I mean, 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to put this in and go to 3/4. And we're going to need 2 inches. And 2 inches. Like that. And then we're going to need these pieces to be 2 1/2. 1 3/4. We need two of those. So 2.5. A 1 3/4. Okay, so we got those pieces, but I also want to bring in some Christmas paper. This one is called Reindeer Days Designer Series paper, and it goes with the Reindeer Fun uh, bundle. And I cut this little deer out from the top because the dies will die cut her, and I thought that was just so sweet. And we're going to die cut that out. But I fell in love with the holly paper here. Or you could use the presents on the other side. Both of these are beautiful. And this is, again, a beautiful pack of paper. Um, it will also cut out from this sheet out. It will cut out the little mother and the fawn. But it's such a cute pack of paper. Look at these patterns. So pretty. Look at the reindeer. That is so cute. And this is the other side of that one. Christmas lights. And then we're back to that one. This one's pretty. And on the back side of that's Christmas trees. I mean, this paper is just so much fun. And this one around here is adorable. I love that. And then, of course, we've got jingle bells. So this is just a beautiful type of paper. I love it, love it, love it. So let's bring this back over. And we're going to use that one because we're going to cut a bit. So you're back in my sleeve. And now we're ready to cut our holly pieces. So these are going to be small pieces. So I'm going to cut 1/2 inch off of one end. Okay, well, let's go this way. It gives me a little bit more control because I can hold my paper from over here. And I just need 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to need 1.5 inches. So let's go 1.5 right here. And that's all we need from this piece. So 1.5 by 2.25. We need two of those. And a quarter. I'm going down 1/4 of an inch from what I cut the red pieces. And the reason for that is I want these to mat on this, and this will go on my card. So that was the reason for that. And these pieces, I need them to be 1 3/4 by 3.5. So 1 3/4. So just a little sliver, and 1.5. And those are ready to go. So now the only thing we need to do is die cut our little deer. So I'm going to bring up my Stampin' Button Emboss machine. And locate my dies. Here they are. And this is the one that I'm going to use, but you can see this will do the mom and the fawn. And look at these other dies in this set. You can build your own little reindeer. So cute. You got Christmas lights, packages, holly, you got bows, you got bells. It's absolutely a cute stamp and die set. So I'm going to grab my plates out. And I'm going to line up my little reindeer. Just like that. And I'm going to put that down like so. And then let's just crank that through. I am going to cut it again because I like anytime I'm using designer series paper for something like this, it is what it says it is. It's paper and it's a little thinner than what our cardstock is. So I'm going to use a piece of cardstock. Let's see if I've got a piece up here. I do. And I'm going to cut this out with the cardstock. And then I'm just going to glue that to this piece to give me a little bit of stability. If you are in the market to purchase a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I highly recommend this machine. Not because I benefit from you buying one, but because it is, without a doubt, one of the best die cutting machines that I have ever used. If I didn't sell Stampin' Up, I would still use this machine. That's how much I recommend it. I absolutely love the way it cuts. Okay, so I've got my little reindeer. And I've got my actual little reindeer. And all I'm going to do is just glue these together, just like that. And that's going to give it more stability so that it has a little bit more body to it. This is very flimsy. So by adding it to a white piece of cardstock, we're just kind of reinforcing, making it a little thicker and easier to handle, and definitely more substantial on our card. So I'm going to take my reindeer and lay it on top, wiggle it down, just like that. Give it a press, and she's all set and on there. So now we need to just bring over our pieces. Make sure you varnish your card good. Make sure everything bends well. And now our card is ready to decorate. So this one's going to take a little bit more time because we are going to, I didn't cut my piece for here. So I need to cut this piece. I didn't cut the 1.5, no, 1 3/4 by 3 1/4. So let's do that real quick. 3 1/4. One 3/4. Do I want to put a piece of holly on that one? Oh, sure, why not? So this is going to be it's going to be 3 inches. Okay, I think we got everything cut now. So let's go ahead and adhere our pieces onto our cardstock. Again, this is going to be just with some liquid glue. All right, so we have all of our pieces glued down. Now this one is going to go on here, and these pieces are going to go on the sides. So we know that this is going to go here. So let's go ahead and put this down. And that kind of establishes our front. We have all of our pieces down, and there's the front. And now we can pop this up. And I'm thinking maybe even pop this up a little higher. And we're going to put a greeting at the bottom. So let's see what we want to use for our greeting. And remember, you do not have to make this in white. You can use any color cardstock you like and then trim it out with the coordinating color or even use white for your mats. It's totally up to you. So always remember to make your card your own. And it's so much fun. So let's see. I'm going to look in, use my paper. I'm going to look in my dies because I really want something cute to go there with my little reindeer. So, and this, but this would be so cute on there. It will fit in there. We're going to try it. I'm going to stamp it right here. I think I want to stamp this in red ink. So I'm going to grab my roll red. Then let's see if this will fit. It looks absolutely perfect. So that worked out real well. I'll put that down. Let's close this ink pad. Here's my little one since I can run this through on the small one. Grab my plates. Oops, that just fell right off, didn't it? Let's try that again. I'm just going to trim this out so I don't have all that bulk going through. That out. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And now we are ready. I think I want to pop this up just a little bit. So I'm going to grab a Stampin' Dimensional. And I'm going to put one here and one right here. Just on the body part of our little reindeer. And I think I want her to be about like that. And then this just under her feet. Yeah. And I'm going to glue that straight down. So a little glue. And then slide that under. I still want a little peekaboo of that paper, of the designer series paper showing. And there is our card. Is that not stinking cute? Now you are going to need a little bit larger envelope to mail this, but if you were hand delivering this, this would be beautiful. And if you wanted to, you could put another little sentiment here. You could do a Merry Christmas. Just so many different things that you could do. Let's see, this one is, I think, going to be too big. Christmas is better together. That would work right there. That would be really cute. You could definitely do a little frame. Let's play and see what we can come up with. You got plenty of room on the back to be able to put something there. I just grabbed a scrap out of my scrap bin, and I am going to stamp this. And I think I'm going to do this in black. No, I love the red. I'm going with red. Don't know if this will fit. You can definitely try it. Oh, it will. Let's do this one. This is the Labeled with Love. And this can go right here. And you might be wondering, well, where can I sign? You've got all the space in the world. Here, 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 or here. Because that will be down like that and nobody will see it. So let's put some glue on this. And there we go. So y'all have to let me know of our cards, which one did you like the best? So I will have snapshots of these where I'll take pictures front on so you can see them like this. And I think that will make a difference in what you think about these cards. You can see like that is so stinking cute. I love it. And I also love the simplicity of this one. It just says I'm thankful. And then this one is so cute and so easy, just with one stamp and some designer series paper and a piece of cardstock. We made this beautiful card. So thanks so much for tuning in. I pray that you are blessed today and every day. And if you're interested in any of the supplies that I used in making these cards, please reach out to me or just go directly to my website and place your order. I'll have all the order numbers for all the products that I use in the PDF tutorial. So that is a free tutorial for you. All you have to do is go over, click on my blog. Once you get to the blog, you'll look down and there'll be a place that will say PDF, free PDF tutorial. Click here and you can download that. You can save it, print it, whatever you like to do, but it's yours free as a thank you gift for watching my video. Thanks again so much. God bless and keep you. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring honor and glory to our Lord Jesus. He is worthy. So until next time, be blessed. Bye-bye.